Hey guys! If you are new, welcome. I upload every Monday and Thursday, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Today, since my face is breaking out so badly, I figured I would show you guys how I cover up blemishes. I will show you how I cover up my acne, so just keep watching. One note that I want to make is that you cannot hide the actual bump of the acne. So, you know, if it's raised and it's not just a red spot, you're not gonna completely cover it. You're gonna cover the color of it, but you cannot cover the actual bump. The bump is gonna still be a bump on your face no matter what, but you can at least try to hide the coloring of it. So basically this is color correcting for acne. The first step is washing your face, then putting on a moisturizer, and then putting on a primer. I've already washed my face and I've already put on a moisturizer. Then you should wait 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, and then put on a primer, and I always use this primer. So the primer is going to help anything that you apply to your face to stick to your face. And obviously if you are trying to cover up your acne, you're gonna want the stuff that you apply to stay on and cover for as long as possible. Once you've primed, then you're going to put this green color on to your blemishes. So I have you zoomed in, but I still want you to see my whole face. You can take any green color correcting stick as long as it's this mint green, or you know, just this green color. I believe this is Maybelline. This is super old. I should probably toss it, but it does the job, so I keep it. Green combats red. So on the color wheel, green is opposite to red, and that means it's going to cancel each other out. So if you had a green spot on your face, you would put, I mean, you're not gonna, but you would put something red over it to cover up the green. So just like acne, acne is usually red or pink, so you're gonna put something green on top of it to cancel out the colors. So I have quite a few blemishes all over. So I have one here, one here, 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 up here. I have one in my eyebrow right here. A lot of people get hormonal redness around their nose, so this also works around there. I don't usually get that, but I figured might as well. So now I look crazy. But now I'm going to take the warmth of my fingers and just dab it out a little bit. That way it's just, the sides are kind of just blended in. It's not just some harsh green on your face. You don't want to completely blend it out, otherwise that totally defeats the purpose of color correcting. It's just gonna be gone. Once that is done, you are going to take a concealer that is the same color as your skin tone. Now, a lot of people, for some reason on YouTube, say use the same concealer that you're going to use under your eyes. The color that you use under your eyes should be lighter. That way it brightens the center of your face. When you're covering up blemishes, it needs to be the same color as the foundation that you're going to be using, because you don't want to put something light on a blemish, especially if it is raised, because it'll show up more. You'll be able to see it more, and then that again defeats the purpose. So I'm going to be using this NYX Got You Covered concealer. This is waterproof. It doesn't have to be waterproof. I just grabbed this one, and then I just put them directly onto the blemishes. I also, when covering blemishes, I don't like to use a concealer with a wand. I feel like I'm just going to be putting the bacteria back into the bottle, so I like to use a concealer that I can squeeze, and sometimes I choose to, you know, do what I'm doing right now, put it directly on top, or other times I will put it on the back of my hand. And again, using the warmth of my finger, I'm going to blend that all out, and I'm not rubbing in circles, I'm just pouncing my finger over the spot and just blending. And since it's gonna be the same color as my foundation, it doesn't matter if it spreads out farther than the spot because my foundation is going to cover it up anyway. See how there's now no more redness in that one little spot? A high coverage concealer also helps with covering it up. So if you're using a lighter weight concealer, it might be a little bit harder to cover up the redness, but it still should work. So like I was saying, the ones that are raised, for example, this one is pretty raised and this is raised, and there's just no way around that. I'm not gonna be able to see. That is raised, the one next to it is pretty raised. I'm just not gonna be able to cover it up, which is fine. Unless you know some magic trick that I don't know. It's just gonna be seen no matter what. So then I put on my foundation. Today I'm just gonna be using my Makeup Forever High Definition Foundation. I am in the shade N127. And again, I just put a few drops directly on. So then I use a dampened beauty sponge and just blend out my foundation. If you feel like something is not sufficiently covered, for example, that is still pretty red, I'm going to just go back over it with the green and a little bit more of concealer and just try to cover it up a little bit more. Again, that one is raised, so nothing much I can do with that one. But as you can see, you don't see any green on my face. You don't see my concealer. There's no color difference in my concealer. So I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup and come back to you in just a few seconds. So I ended up going all out with the makeup. But one thing I forgot to mention before I finished my makeup was that you want to set your makeup even if you don't normally set your makeup. This is because when you're putting on the concealer, it's a cream form and the color correctors are usually cream form as well, and if you don't set that, it's just eventually gonna rub away. So you want to set the spots. If you're not gonna do the whole face, at least set the spots that you covered with a translucent setting powder. This is the Morphe translucent setting powder and I absolutely love this, and this kind of just hardens the cream product stay on your face longer. And that completes this video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you thought that it was helpful to you. Click the subscribe button down below, that way you are notified for future videos. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye guys!